Imagine giving two people the exact same amount of money today. One of them quietly builds a better future. Years later, they own assets, have financial freedom, and live with confidence. The other person spends almost everything. A few months later, they're back where they started, stressed, overwhelmed, and wondering why money never stays. So what changed? It wasn't luck. It wasn't intelligence. And it wasn't the amount of money. The real difference was hidden inside their mind. Most people believe that if they just earned more, all of their financial problems would disappear. But history tells a different story. Many people have won millions in lotteries and still ended up broke. On the other hand, countless self-made entrepreneurs started with almost nothing and slowly built lasting wealth. That raises an uncomfortable question. What if the biggest obstacle isn't your income? What if it's the way you think about money? Today, we're going to explore the hidden psychology that quietly keeps millions of people financially stuck. And once you see these patterns, you'll never look at money the same way again. The invisible prison. No one is born understanding money. From childhood, we absorb beliefs from parents, friends, school, television, and society. Without realizing it, these ideas become mental rules. Some people grow up hearing, "Money is hard to earn. Rich people are greedy. People like us can never become wealthy." After hearing these messages for years, the brain begins treating them as facts. Even when opportunities appear, those beliefs quietly hold people back. This is why two people with the same education and the same salary can end up living completely different lives. One sees possibilities. The other sees limitations. Your financial life often follows the story you keep repeating inside your mind. The trap of immediate pleasure. The human brain naturally seeks quick rewards. Buying something new feels exciting. Ordering expensive food feels good. Upgrading to the latest phone creates a temporary rush. These feelings are real, but they're temporary. We often trade long-term freedom for short-term comfort. Every unnecessary purchase whispers the same message. I want happiness today, even if it costs me tomorrow. Wealthy thinking works differently. Instead of asking, "What can I buy today?" they ask, "What decision today will improve my future?" That single change in thinking can completely transform someone's financial life over time. Because wealth is rarely built through one big decision. It's built through hundreds of small decisions repeated consistently. And that's where most people lose the game, long before they even realize they're playing it. The comparison trap. One of the fastest ways to stay broke is to spend money trying to impress people who aren't paying your bills. Think about it. How many purchases are made because someone truly needs something? And how many are made simply because someone else has it? A new phone, a luxury watch, designer clothes, a bigger car. Social media has made this even worse. Every day, millions of people compare their real lives to someone else's highlight reel. What they don't see are the debts, stress, and sacrifices hidden behind those perfect photos. The result? People begin chasing an image instead of building a future. True wealth is often quiet. Many financially successful people don't feel the need to prove anything. They focus on growing their assets instead of showing off expensive possessions. The people who look the richest are not always the wealthiest. And the people building real wealth are often the ones no one notices. The fear of taking responsibility. It's easy to blame the economy. It's easy to blame bad luck. It's easy to blame where you were born. Some of these challenges are real, and they absolutely affect people's opportunities. But there is one question that changes everything. What can I control today? You may not control inflation. You may not control your past. You may not control every opportunity. But you can control your habits, your skills, your learning, and the choices you make every day. Successful people spend less time complaining about circumstances and more time improving what they can influence. That mindset doesn't guarantee instant success, but it creates progress. And progress, repeated consistently, becomes transformation. The power of small habits. Most people wait for a big opportunity. Promotion, a business idea, a lucky break. But lasting wealth is usually built much more quietly. Reading for 20 minutes every day. learning a valuable skill, saving a small amount consistently, avoiding unnecessary debt, improving your health so you can perform better. None of these actions look dramatic. Yet over months and years, they create results that seem extraordinary. Small habits are like tiny seeds. First, nothing appears to happen. Then one day, people call it overnight success. But it was never overnight. It was the result of hundreds of ordinary choices made when nobody was watching. Your future isn't decided by one perfect day. It's shaped by what you repeatedly choose to do, even when it feels insignificant. And that's the difference between staying stuck and slowly building a life of freedom. The most valuable investment. If someone gave you a choice between receiving $10,000 today or gaining the ability to earn that amount over and over again, which would you choose? Most people would take the money, but financially successful people understand something different. Money can disappear. Skills stay with you. The greatest investment isn't in a stock. It isn't in real estate. It isn't even in a business. The greatest investment is the one you make in yourself. Every new skill increases your value. Every book expands your thinking. Every mistake teaches a lesson that no classroom can replace. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities begin to find you. That's why successful people never stop learning. They know that income often follows value. Instead of asking, "How can I make more money?" they ask, "How can I become more valuable?" When your value grows, your opportunities often grow with it. The hidden cost of comfort. Comfort feels safe, but comfort can quietly become a prison. Watching another episode, scrolling for another hour, waiting until tomorrow. These choices seem harmless because the cost isn't immediate. The price is paid later. Days become months. Months become years. And one day, people wonder why nothing has changed. Growth rarely happens inside your comfort zone. Every meaningful improvement requires some discomfort. Learning a difficult skill, starting a business, speaking in front of people, saving money instead of spending it, exercising when you don't feel like it. These actions are uncomfortable today, but they make tomorrow easier. Avoiding discomfort today often creates greater pain in the future. Choosing small discomfort now can create greater freedom later. The people around you matter. Human beings naturally adapt to their environment. If everyone around you complains, negativity starts to feel normal. If everyone spends every paycheck, that behavior begins to seem normal too. But if you're surrounded by people who are learning, improving, and thinking about the future, their habits begin to influence yours. That's why your environment matters. You don't need wealthy friends. You need people who encourage growth. You need books that challenge your thinking. You need conversations that inspire action instead of excuses. Your future is often shaped by the voices you listen to every day. Choose those voices carefully, because over time they become your own inner voice. The biggest lie about money, perhaps the biggest financial lie, is this: when I have more money, I'll finally change. But the truth is often the opposite. People usually don't change because they have more money. They receive more money because they changed first. Their habits changed. Their mindset changed. Their discipline improved. Their decisions became wiser. Money doesn't create character. It reveals it. If someone cannot manage a small amount wisely, a larger amount often disappears just as quickly. Real wealth begins long before a bigger paycheck arrives. It begins the moment you take responsibility for your choices. A different question. From today, stop asking, "Why am I not rich?" Instead ask, "What skill can I learn this month? What unnecessary expense can I remove? How can I become 1% better today? What habit is holding me back? What decision would my future self thank me for?" These simple questions can gradually change the direction of your life. Success is rarely one giant leap. It's thousands of small, intentional steps taken consistently. Every wise decision becomes a brick. And one day, those bricks become the life you've always wanted. Final message. Remember this: the richest person in the room isn't always the one with the biggest house, the newest car, or the most expensive clothes. True wealth is having freedom. Freedom from constant financial stress. Freedom to make choices without fear. Freedom to spend time with the people you love. And that kind of wealth starts in the mind before it ever appears in your bank account. If you can master your thoughts, control your habits, and stay committed to continuous growth, your financial future can look very different from your past. You don't need to become perfect overnight. You only need to become slightly better than yesterday, because small improvements, repeated consistently, create extraordinary results over time. Thank you for watching. If this video gave you a new perspective, consider subscribing to Human Cipher for more videos on psychology, human behavior, mindset, discipline, and the hidden patterns that shape our lives. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, the greatest investment you'll ever make is the one you make in yourself.